Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered what's out there? Stars, planets, maybe even a giant space rock hurtling towards us. It sounds like the plot of a Hollywood blockbuster, right? But today, we're going to talk about something real, NASA's Planetary Defense Program, and the constant watch they keep over our cosmic neighborhood. So, let's get straight to the big question you clicked on this video for. Did NASA issue an urgent warning about an asteroid on a collision course with Earth? The short answer is no, not in the way you might think from a dramatic movie trailer. There is no immediate, confirmed threat that requires us all to start building bunkers. However, the story is far more interesting than a simple yes or no. NASA, along with space agencies all around the world, is constantly tracking what we call near-Earth objects, or NEOs. These are asteroids and comets whose orbits bring them close to our planet. Think of it like being a lifeguard at a huge, cosmic swimming pool. Earth is peacefully floating along, and the lifeguards, our scientists and astronomers, are scanning the water for anything that might drift too close. Most of the time, the swimmers, or asteroids in this case, are just doing their own thing, keeping a safe distance. But every now and then, one gets a little too close for comfort, and that's when the lifeguards pay extra attention. That's essentially what NASA's Planetary Defense Coordination Office does. They find, track, and characterize these NEOs to assess any potential impact risk. Now, you might have seen headlines that scream about a city-killer asteroid or a planet killer making a close approach. While these headlines are designed to grab your attention, the term close approach in astronomical terms can mean millions of miles away. For perspective, the Moon is about 239,000 miles from Earth. An asteroid passing by at, say, 4 million miles is considered a close approach, but it's still more than 16 times farther away than the Moon. So, when you see those headlines, it's important to look at the actual numbers. The vast majority of these close approaches are completely harmless flybys. But what if one day an asteroid's path does line up with Earth? This is where things get really cool. We aren't just sitting ducks. For decades, scientists have been developing strategies for what we call planetary defense. This isn't science fiction, it's real-world engineering and physics. One of the most promising methods is the kinetic impactor technique. Imagine you need to change the course of a massive bowling ball rolling slowly towards you. You wouldn't try to stop it head-on. Instead, you could throw a much smaller ball at its side. That small nudge, given enough time and distance, would be enough to make it miss you entirely. This is exactly the principle behind NASA's DART mission, which stands for Double Asteroid Redirection Test. In 2022, NASA intentionally crashed a spacecraft about the size of a vending machine into a small asteroid named Dimorphos. Dimorphos wasn't a threat to Earth, making it the perfect target for a test. The goal was to see if we could successfully alter an asteroid's orbit. And guess what? It was a massive success. The impact changed Dimorphos's orbital period around its larger parent asteroid, Didymos, by a whopping 32 minutes, far more than the few minutes scientists were hoping for. This was a landmark moment for humanity. For the first time, we proved that we have the technology to change the path of a celestial body. So, why does NASA keep issuing warnings or alerts if there's no immediate danger? It's all about data and preparedness. Every time an asteroid flies by, it's a valuable opportunity for scientists to study it. They can use radar and telescopes to learn about its size, shape, rotation, and what it's made of. This information is crucial for building a comprehensive catalog of all potential threats. The more we know about these objects, the better we can predict their future paths. It's like building a massive, cosmic database. The Sentry-II system, for example, is an automated program that constantly scans this database, calculating the orbits of asteroids for the next 100 years to flag any that have even a remote chance of impact. Let's talk about some of the famous asteroids you might have heard of. There's Apophis, for instance. For a while, there was some concern that it could pose a risk in the future. But with more precise tracking over the years, astronomers have now completely ruled out any chance of an impact for at least the next century. Then there's Bennu, another well-studied asteroid that NASA's OSIRIS-REx mission actually visited and collected a sample from. Bennu has a very small, but non-zero, chance of impacting Earth late in the next century. We're talking about a 1 in 1,750 chance in the year 2182. That's a tiny probability, but it's why we keep watching. The data we got from OSIRIS-REx helps us understand what Bennu is made of, which would be vital if we ever needed to deflect it. So, how do they find these things in the first place? It's a global effort. Observatories on the ground and telescopes in space, like the NEO-EYES mission, are constantly scanning the skies. They take pictures of the same patch of sky over and over again. Stars stay put, but an asteroid will appear as a tiny dot of light that moves from one picture to the next. Computers then analyze these images to identify these moving objects and calculate their initial orbits. It's a painstaking process, but it's how we've discovered over 30,000 near-Earth asteroids to date. And we're getting better at it all the time with new projects like the upcoming NEO Surveyor, a space telescope specifically designed to hunt for these objects. The key takeaway from all of this is that while the threat of an asteroid impact is real, it's also something that the brightest minds on the planet are actively working on. We are living in an incredible era where we are no longer just passive observers of the cosmos. We are developing the tools and the knowledge to protect our world. There is no urgent warning in the sense of an impending disaster, but there is an urgent and ongoing mission to understand our cosmic environment and ensure the long-term safety of our planet. The work of NASA and its partners is a message not of fear, but of hope, ingenuity, and proactive stewardship of our home in the universe. So, the next time you see a scary headline about an asteroid, take a deep breath. Remember the lifeguards on duty. Remember the DART mission. And maybe head over to NASA's Planetary Defense website to see the real data for yourself. It's a testament to what we can achieve when we work together. We are the first generation in history with the ability to do something about this kind of natural threat, and that's a pretty amazing thought. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this cleared things up and gave you a new appreciation for the incredible work being done to keep our planet safe. If you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more deep dives into science and space. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.